We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
All right. Let's go into the questions. Byron S. I guess we have a diagram here. I'll have to click on it in a second here. Byron has moved into a new house. He wants us to set up he wants to set up a dedicated theater room. His main floor is an open floor plan, so he's strongly considering using one of the bedrooms. It is 14 feet long and 10 and a half feet wide. Why don't you guys just say 10 and a half? Why do you have to wait to 10 feet 6 inches?
You will never be happy with how we write it out.
I don't like how you guys write stuff. You don't write it the way I expect it. You have to write it the way I expect it. Austin right now is pulling out what little hair he has left. Yeah. Byron and his wife have experimented a bit with viewing distances, and they decided they like something around the 40 to 45 degree field of view at the best. He'd like a projector set up in an Atmos speaker system. He already has 7.2 speakers that are all the EMP Tech Impression series with the big center. So good there. And dual SVS-PC 2000 cylinder subwoofers.
Should be very fine in this size of a room.
Yeah, you're going to crush it, dude. The seating is 5-foot wide love seat, which should leave adequate walkways on either side, but the room is still a bit narrow. Byron is mostly trying to figure out the best layout, distances, and speaker positioning. He's open to using an acoustically transparent screen. He'd like to be able to have surround back speakers, but he's also finding if there isn't enough distance. So what are our suggestions? I'm going to click on it now since I can't see.
So in the diagram that's up there, it's a little bit blurry because we kind of zoomed in on a larger thing that showed the whole house. But it is bedroom 3 that we're looking at, and it is basically a rectangle that is 14 feet long and 10 and a half feet wide with a window on one of the 10 and a half foot walls. So he was, in his email, he's like, should he put it, on the opposite side where the door is? And right away I would say, no, put your screen in front of the window. That makes the most sense when this is going to be a dedicated room because you're going to black that out anyway. And that lets you enter, at the back of the room and then come in, sit in your seats and face what is currently the window wall, and it'll have a screen there. So he was talking about having something between a 40 and a 45 degree field of view. Yeah. And he's got this big center speaker, and he was saying he has bass traps that are going to take up some space in the corners. We had that with, who was that? One of our other listeners had a similar thing, as some large bass traps in the corners. So in order to make the size of screen that he wants fit, it would actually help to bring the screen a little bit forward. So right away, I'm thinking roll down screen. I wouldn't really go to the problem of constructing a false wall in this room. I just have a roll down screen, right? So I would have a roll-down screen that's 1.5, maybe 2 feet in front of that physical front wall where the window is. That'll let you easily black out that window as well. And then you can put some, acoustic absorption behind the screen. You can have your big center speaker behind an acoustically transparent roll-down screen. And then I would sit you about 9 feet away from that screen. Now, if you go for
this is going to be a dedicated theater, it doesn't need to have it acoustically transparent. He just puts the center below the screen.
But why not put it behind and have it right at ear level? I mean, you can.
Because it's like triples the price of the roll down screen.
More expensive? Well, you go elite screens, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad.
All right. If it were me, dude, I would totally save the expense and put it below the screen and aim it up. Well, mine's 2.5 feet off the ground or whatever, and I never thought to myself, boy, it sounds like they're talking from my feet. Never thought that my entire life.
And that, Tom probably is right, because a 92-inch diagonal from 9 feet away from a 92-inch diagonal 16 by 9 would give you a 40-degree field of view. A 100-inch screen would give you a 44-degree field of view. I bet he'll go for the 100-inch screen.
Probably, yeah.
And then, depending on how far forward from the wall you bring it, that leaves you 3.5 feet behind you, which is perfectly adequate for a walkway, certainly. And I would say if you want to sneak surround back speakers back there, you'd be okay. I certainly wouldn't tell anyone they need surround back speakers, but if you want to, it wouldn't be terrible. So I think that's a very reasonable layout. I certainly think the roll down screen makes the most sense, because if you ever do want to access the window, you just roll the screen up and now you can get at your windows. So,
and you can always, like, if you end up wanting an actual TV in here, or you get a flat screen or something, you can basically put up what I've always done is I've taken a piece of furniture. It could be home theater furniture. It doesn't have to be, but piece of furniture, a cabinet or something up there, put all your gear in there, right? and nobody can see it, basically. And it's just this piece of furniture over there. If you put a TV on top of it, it's just a TV stand.
Yeah.
And then the roll down screen goes in front of it, and everybody's like, oh, where'd that come from? And you're like,
And if you're wondering about subwoofers, I mean, you could quite easily do opposite. Well, he was thinking maybe opposite diagonals wouldn't work because of the bass traps, but he's got the cylinder subs, so that would probably work like what would end up being your front left corner, which is right in front of the window, and your rear right. Or you could certainly have the cylinder behind your roll down screen, maybe not exactly centered on the wall, but just offset a little bit to the left or right.
What kind of bass traps does he have? Does he have the tri-traps?
Yeah, he has the triangular traps that are,
right.
they come in on the wall about 16 inches.
Yeah, I know. I've got those. This is what you do. You take and you put your subs, you just tuck them in those corners, and whatever corner whatever bass trap you're going to put in that corner, you find a new place for it. You can lie it around across the ground.
Mm-hmm.
In front of at the very front of your room, in the very back of your room. You can staple it to the dang ceiling, and put it up there in like a corner up there. You could put it above the sub, right? If it fits, it very well may fit above the sub. And, I mean, I would just tuck them straight in those corners. That's exactly what I did, is I basically tucked them in the corners.
Yeah, you could definitely have one of the tri-traps above the PC-2000, because the PC-2000 isn't over 4 feet tall. And the tri-trap would be 4 feet tall, so there's room for one of them right above it.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.